Brandon Trueblood. He's first and foremost. He stopped somewhere along the I-80, the I-215, or the I-10. Results-oriented, back in the house, retro shadow. Timothy Sokol. From Southern California, we got Big Vegas. That was Jane's Addiction, one of my favorite songs by Jane's Addiction, Pigs in Zen. I was in high school when that came out. I was a senior. Was I a senior or a junior? Nothing Shocking was the CD. And it was an amazing deal. Now, Perry Farrell, the lead singer of Jane's Addiction, he's a diva. Although he did start Lollapalooza, 1991. You got to give him credit. A Jewish man from New York drives to California, starts a surf punk. I wouldn't call him hardcore, but a band with Dave Navarro. Dave Navarro went on with the Chili Peppers. They have reunited and are now touring. And Pigs in Zen is one of my favorite songs. Long story. So anyhow, let's talk about this. So many ladies are flexing today. I don't understand. I don't need no man. Why do they need to flex? Why do they need to come to men's spaces? Why do they need to infiltrate places where men congregate? Gyms back in the day, in the 80s, a lot of gyms catered to men, and then the women wanted to be part of it, which basically disturbed the balance of men wanting to be Arnold Schwarzenegger. And then I saw in the 90s, mid to late 90s, you saw cuts for men and curves for women. And so they were trying to split up men and women's gyms. My mom went to curves. I don't know if you guys remember that. And then there was several gyms called cuts. Cuts was for men. So men could have their own gym, women could have their own gym. And these men are disgusting. They're looking at me. And now I went to the gym today and it's, full of women on testosterone and steroids trying to be men. They're flexing in every which way possible. They're flexing in their ability to earn, their ability to be which is fine. You know what? We live in a world where men and women can have really good paying jobs. That's fine. But we also lose what's our biological natures in that. When men quit working, when they check out, as a lot of men have, a lot of men in this chat, and realize that they don't need a woman, it disrupts all of humanity. When they go to work and they're like, I'm going to be a career gal, then I'm going to get down the road, I'll have kids. Well, guess what happens? At 35, they're washed up. All of their friends are married with kids. They can't get kids, so they get animals, and they run the boxed wine and the animal route, which is fine. But they missed the memo. They missed the bus. And that's where we're at. Big Vegas, good to see you, brother. Polska's back. Bandmates rocked Lollapalooza last year. First Japanese band invented it since 2003. Attaboy. Polska, I always try to get on your streams, but you're always playing video games. What gives? Brandon Trueblood says they come because they follow. Well said, Brandon. Brandon doesn't allow any ladies on his chat. Curves went bankrupt. I think I remember hearing that. But they had a pretty long run. I mean, how do you compete with $10 EOS or 24-hour fitness or whatever? What's the other big one? Planet Fitness. Ian Blades, good evening to you, brother. Timothy Sokol, penis envy. It's funny you say that. When I was going through divorce, I kept asking my attorney, and you've been through 20 years of divorce. Why do women do that? You know what he said to me? They want the penis. So I didn't say it. My attorney did, and Timothy backs it up. Ian says, I'm stoned. I can hardly write. Well, hang in there, brother. Be safe. CJ in the house. Good to see CJ. With the high rise and the She-Hulks, why even bother getting into a relationship? The man is no longer the head of the table. I think that's wonderful. That's a great comment. I think you're right. Women want to be the head of the snake, right? They want to be the head. They want to be the table. They want to be worshipped. But at the end of the day, what happens when true masculinity is needed? What happens when the electrical grid goes down, or the telephone poles and the wires that have to be fixed in a winter storm need to be fixed? Who does that? Who gets up in 0-degree weathers through an ice storm and fixes the poles, the lines, the power lines? Men. Men fix the poles so they can text, so they can write on their Facebook pages, as they can find other men in their orbit. Men do that. I always say, you know what? Great. I don't need no man. Great. Until what happens? Inclement weather? Till the grid is overloaded? Till you need a new roof? Till the water supply needs a complete brand new pipe system? Yeah, let's see how that works for you. Well said, Retro. My new thing, playing GTA, you can jump and chat. I get in the chat, Polska, but I can't ever talk to you because you're busy playing Grand Theft Auto. Unfortunately, women are dumb and can't really do anything. Well, their brains are much different than men's, and we'll go with that. She doesn't need no man, but she needs a man who is an ATM machine. Attaboy. We see a lot of flexing. We see a lot of women that say they can do men's jobs. Carly Fiorina took over Hewlett Packard and ran that damn thing in the ground. The chick that took over Yahoo after Jerry Yang and the other guy left, ran it into the ground. Can you imagine a president of the United States that runs off emotions? I didn't say don't vote for that. Can you imagine? We all know who Rad votes for. Radical Rafters in the house. Good evening to you, brother. Hope everybody is good and safe. Good day today, 90 degrees, blue skies. Got a workout in. Got my sperm donation glasses on. I'm feeling good. What about y'all? But that's the reality. Women flex. Women love to flex. They love to flex their degrees, what they've done, what they've accomplished, what countries they've visited, what their hobbies and talents are. Thinking that men care about that. What do men care about when it comes to ladies? It's not financial, it's not spiritual, it's not emotional, and it's not mental. It's physical. That's what men care about. We don't care about your degree. We don't care about your title. We care about what is under your clothing. That is it. Brandon says, Susan killed YouTube. She sure did, brother. Modern women are not women. They are men because they are 100% masculine energy. They talk like men and act like men. I think you nailed it. And that's the whole theme of this chat and this live stream, is that women have killed it. Men don't want masculine women. We already have that in our friends. Men want feminine, classy women that respect masculinity. Doesn't seem too hard, but guess what? It is hard. Women want to be at the table. I say give it to them. There's that classic statement. Remove all men from the earth for 30 days. Every single man with a penis. And the earth will be destroyed within 2 hours. On the flip side, remove all women from the earth. And within 30 days, men will have invented time travel. What's that telling you? Unsound methods. Fit, feminine, and friendly. I could not agree more. Well said, brother. Tell me where you are from. You can get a degree in surfing at the University of Essex in UK. Of course. They got to figure out a way to keep those doors open, that's for sure. They have become weak-ass men. Unsound methods. Well said. The MGTOW Phoenix is in the chat. Good to see you, brother. Check out his live streams as well as Brandon Trueblood. They can be oppressed all they want, just not on my time. Poor simps, you know. Simps are competing every day with masculine women. I'm a Chad and I stopped approaching women or talking to them. They drain your energy in every kind of way, emotional or financial. What do they bring to the table? You know, I talked to my buddy about this and I said, you know, if a woman didn't have her genitals, would we still hang out with them? And what do you think his answer was? Men don't care about a woman's money, said Radical Rafter. We don't. We don't. All OnlyFans 304 trash models are rich because simps are paying. Correct. Baltimore, unsound methods from Baltimore. My mother grew up in Bethesda, a few hours, south of you? Been to Baltimore. When the boardwalk was out there. Good, fun little place. I was out there about 20 years ago. That's because, actually more. That's because if you let women put their hands into anything that takes hard physical work or something that needs critical, logical thinking, they ruin it, then cry because it crumbled. Are those tears real, MGTOW Phoenix? Probably not, but well said. I hear what you mean, unsound methods. Sex, sandwich, and silence is the key. A woman can have any job in Rad's world as long as it's behind the kitchen counter making me a sandwich. Not hard, right? What did Henry Ford say? You can have any color Model T that you want as long as it's black. Rings true today. Marriage is modern prosty. The man has to pay for everything to get her box. We could have a whole discussion on the box. The box being cleanly, is it clean? Is it sacred? I would guarantee that most of the boxes out there are very worn out, dilapidated, and ready to be recycled. Just as boxes go through the recycling. But that is the reality. Women flex, like to flex. We don't care about your degree. We don't care about your status. We don't care about your accomplishments. We care about what's under your clothing. We care about a pretty face. We care about a classy woman that's feminine, that respects men and masculinity. It's not hard. And men would respect and honor their woman if they were respectful and honorable to men. I always said to my ex, when I was married, I thought, my ex-wife would have everything if she was honorable, appreciative, and alluring. But that's too hard. It's a simple recipe. Men are not hard to figure out. Trash box, says Radical Rafter. Well said, brother. What do you call that worthless flesh around a vagina? Jeez. A woman, says Timothy Sokol. Most Fords were white because black paint costs more. Ian Blades. Baltimore is a dystopian welfare colony. Baltimore has gone through the shitter for a while. But when I went out there, it was a nice little place. I went on the boardwalk. This is probably, my daughter, I think, was like a year old. So it would have been late 99, early 2000s. And I had a great time. It was a shit time to get over there. I think we had, it was a connection. We had to go through Chicago, I think. But I had good times last time I was there. But it was a long time ago. But appreciate you being here, Unsound Methods. Always a pleasure to have you. Females have become the man they always wanted to be. What's up to Jerron Markel, the OG from Brooklyn? Well said, brother. Also, the same woman that says the Skittles community and Skittles community are oppressed will happily join the femmes movement and push for laws to oppress normal men and normal male behavior until that electrical grid goes down. But were the oppressors right? I'm going to have to say no on that one. If a man is the oppressed, are they saying were they oppressors? No, we are right in the sense that we didn't listen to the oppressed, because the oppressed, that's just a hurdle in the victimhood Olympics. If a man is higher value than her, she acts submissive, makes a baby with him, and after that, she destroys his life. She will get the house child support. The end boss is the government. Well said, Europe. Many of us have been there. Many of us have been there. If she ain't submissive and with a fresh box to start a family, it ain't worth this at retro. No diamond, no hymen. No hymen, no diamond. Although diamonds are now being invented. I saw this report that said diamonds, 85% of the diamond market has been upturned by the manufactured lab-grown diamonds. I love it. Another nail in the pine coffin. Brandon Trueblood says, women are the center of their own lives. They are incapable of fulfilling their duties without external pressure. They have no internal discipline or restraint. Women are notoriously known for following their emotions, right or wrong. Doesn't matter. What man wants to pay newer car price for an old taxi? Timothy Sokol. Feminism is also in Marvel and DC Catwoman, She-Hulk, Wonder Woman, and Superwoman. Couldn't agree more, brother. Good to see our brother Cheg Ama, Sack AB, also known. Good to see you, brother. Appreciate you sending me the videos. You guys, shout out to this brother right here. He stored all of my videos from the first channel, and he has been graciously sending me over time those videos. So when you see a retro video, this is because our brother right here. Good to see you. Hope you are doing well, my brother Sack. Her box smells like stinky fish. If you meet a girl named Tina, make sure that you say Tina, not tuna. The world that was created by a man that these hoes can say, I don't need no man. I'm strong. I'm independent. Eat, pray, love. Feminism got us what we girls wanted. Now let's fight it together. And Jerome Markel should know in Brooklyn, being with those very hot-headed ladies that own the world walking those streets, he would know he's out there in the fight. Agreed, Brandon. They have no sense of duty to begin with, not to their husband, children, job generals. They only see themselves in a selfish, narc-light self-glorification. Couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more. Men are kissing 304s, but they don't realize she got semen. She got the kids from yesterday between her teeth. Microchimerism is the thing, guys. The more women lay with men that allow the men to naturally insulate her innards will basically store the DNA of those men within her brain and will take on characteristics of those men. And this makes sense when you see a very brutish, angry, mouthy woman that's been with multiple men that acts like a man. That is because she, in her brain, has so many men fighting for her brain cells because she had deposited within her vagina the seed of many men. It's very fascinating and at the same time disgusting way to be. CJ says she's not yours. It's just your turn. Last in line. Well said, brother. Biggest red flag is she says she don't need no man. That means she hates all men. Get rid of her. Or, yeah, and it probably means she hates her dad. Rad's first born is a daughter. She doesn't like Rad. And I'm watching all of the consequences based on her hatred for her father, which was aided and abetted by her mother. Planning to move to Spain soon, you can find a house for 30K euros and there is no taxes. Oh, what part of Spain? Barcelona, Madrid, Malaga? That's awesome, brother. I'll have to visit you. Feminism wants to destroy the manosphere. Well, they want all the attention on them, Europe. That's what it comes down to. John says Brooklyn ain't what it used to be when I was a kid. No sleep till Brooklyn. Would like to visit there. Is Stefan Marbury out of Brooklyn? I can't remember. Is she attracted to you? It's always your turn. Speak from experience. If she wants you and feels highly attracted to you, she will give box anytime. Well said. If you're stranded in the forest, who would you pick, a female or a dog? I'll take the dog. The dog will be loyal to you 100%. The dog will not question your actions. Well said, Jerome. Andalusia, attaboy. Sac AB headed to Andalusia. You're going to have to learn to speak with La Zeta. La Zeta. Birth control pills and welfare was the death dirge of the nuclear family. And it turned a lot of women Skittles. There's actually multiple reports and studies that birth control has turned women's brains into Skittle brains, hence acting out Skittles. Jerron says, no, Rad, don't come to Brooklyn. But I want to hang out with the Beastie Boys. I want to hang out with A-Rod or MCA. I can't remember. Who died? Adam Yauch died. Yauch died, right? Ad Rock, MCA, Mike D. But I think Mike D moved to California. Anyhow, Unsound Method says he would take a dog. Beastie Boys. Can you believe the Beastie Boys? Adam Yauch died at age 48, 12 years ago? He'd be 60, 61 now. That was his band. And then Mike D and MCA came about. The Beastie Boys had a woman, I think she was a lady bassist in the original Beastie Boys. Actually, the original Beastie Boys were punk. I have their Pollywog Stew, if anyone is so inclined to look up Beastie Boys Pollywog Stew. They were a punk band, and they were kind of making fun of rap at the time. Amazing what happened there. Very talented group of young men. And they play their own instruments. Go fig. Women want equality, but they don't want to pay for their own meals in the restaurant. She got her own money, so she can pay herself. Don't pay for those 304s. She's going to use you. That's another thing. Oh, they got dressed up. They used their expensive makeup. They used their fillers so they could see you. Like, we need to pay for that? Coach Greg Adams does a lot of these streams, and he talks about some of these gals are demanding Venmo payments up front for you to go on dates with them. Venmo for babysitting, Venmo for Ubering to the restaurant, Venmo to show that you're serious and that you're not a playa. Can you believe that? To go out with a woman, you got to send her $200. And simps are doing it. Simps are doing it. Tomorrow I'll be treating myself to 3 burritos. Sold some of my SOL crypto to contribute. Attaboy. Good for you. Too much hormones from birth control and other pharmaceutical sources cause an imbalance in the brain that helps to destroy them. Big Tail Phoenix laying it down in Chinatown. You're absolutely right. I mean, those head meds disturb natural chemistry within your brain. My ex-wife put my daughter on those head meds, and she's destroyed. Unfortunately, she's a 304. She is the 98% I talk about, and I have no problem talking about that. I'm a realist. Beastie Boys are in Hollywood on yachts. Attaboy. Although you still can get $1 pizza in New York, right? $1 a slice. She doesn't like you. Every woman wants your money or your looks. Well, they want to show you off in front of the other women. That's the bottom line. They don't get ready for you. They get ready for the other women that will see her with you. Don't be traditional with modern day women. These 304s deserve modern treatment. Check Ama Sock AB. Well said, brother. Couldn't agree more. Bookshelf is back. I'm Tetany. Simps can make any woman rich. Let the simps out there. Let them go. There's nothing you can do to reform simps. They have to be destroyed. But the problem with most simps is they say, I picked the wrong person. I believe in love. I believe in marriage. I met a guy at the hot tub years ago at when I moved out, and he's like, he'd been married 4 times. He's like, I just still haven't found, I believe in love and marriage. I haven't found the right one. And I kept thinking to myself, man, this guy got hit with the stupid stick. He's got a concussion from the stupid stick. He ain't ever getting fixed. Radical says payment up front sounds like the oldest profession. You're going to have to pay Maurice. Mochi is back. Good to see you. Como estamos, amigo? Men hate the reality. She acts submissive and they think she is a unicorn, but in reality, she got more miles than a Honda Civic from 1986, although that Honda Civic is going to be quite reliable, unlike her. Well said, Europe. The U.S. dollar is collapsing. Well, we're seeing it. Remember, the dollar is based on petro and or treasuries. And it's funny, people always ask, why don't we buy Saudi Arabian oil? It's like 10,000 miles away. Because we said, buy our debt, we'll buy your oil. It's all transactional, even in the government, guys. Most men believe everything what women say. Of course, they want to believe. They want to believe in the fantasy that woman loves them and likes them. See, a man that's ahead of the game realizes anything that comes out of a woman's mouth, he agrees 180% the opposite. Oh, I'm in love with you. You know what the man that's smart says? No, you're not. I want to be with you. No, you don't. I mean, but it's the simps that say, oh my gosh, thank you. I'm so happy that you love me. I really love you. Actually, the simp will say it first though. Actually, no, You can't get many dollar pizzas. They go for $250. In 8 years, a burger will be $200. Would you like to pay in full or finance it? Apparently, Jerron Markel, you're gonna be able to. Betty says, I do not think a bear can stand these 304s. He would either rip them apart or just get back to the jungle. Good to see you, Betty. JC from Texas. Ladies, embrace the empowerment of being alone and working to the good and brave age of 80. Your stunning sacrifice is appreciated. Have a nice day. Bye-bye. Well said, brother. Rad, can you remind us what channels make up the feelings of love? What chemicals? Serotonin, oxytocin, dopamine, and vasopressin. 4 chemicals that we label love. The oldest profession is exactly what it is, Raptor. The shame has been ripped from said profession by relabeling it and normalizing it through OnlyFans and other. Well said. This OnlyFans is just another vehicle for the oldest profession in the world. That's all it is. I'll keep my motorcycle. It doesn't piss on the carpet. It waits in the garage quietly till I want it. Has it ever broke down on you because it got emotional? This guy knows everything. He's been through it. God's Gym, 777. Good to see you, brother. I've been through a few things. Every 304 says about her ex, he was abusive and controlling. But when she got a new man, she wants to abuse and control him. That's why they date only weak men. Control is a big thing, guys. Over here, they want French military to the Ukraine. It's total illusion. The Ukraine war has been over since day one. We know who won. Dating nowadays is a game. Well, it's actually entertainment if you think about it. If you take it too seriously, then you're whacked. But if you act like it's entertainment, like you're watching a movie, or you're just people watching, that's even better. It's a rigged game for sure, brother. She can't live alone. Who wants 5 cats in his home? Not me. Can't stand cats, unfortunately. The dollar is not backed by shite. It's backed by, I hope no one has to come to the bank and withdraw their money. The dollar is backed by bad faith, fiat currency. Guys, one of the greatest YouTube videos out there is called The Money Masters. You want to learn how banks work? I'll tell you how banks work. I won't talk about the Federal Reserve because there's nothing federal about it, as is nothing federal about Federal Express. It's a bunch of bankers that set up a way to print money, and the government has hitched their wagons to it. But banks work like this. If you have $100,000 right now, you can start a bank. The Federal Reserve will loan you another $900,000, so you have $1 million. You need to have at any given moment 10% of your money liquid. So if you have $10 million, you need $1 million you can access. So you have $9 million you can lend out of thin air for mortgages, car loans, you name it. So you have 100,000, you get $1 million, and then you can lend, let's just say you lend 8 loans for 100,000 apiece. You're making money off who? How are you making money? Off the $900,000 that the government gave you. Because remember, you need 10% in deposit liquidity. Go watch The Money Masters on YouTube if you want to understand how money works. The banks make money from nothing. Go figure. And we can get all into the gold standard, Fort Knox, you name it, but we won't. Results oriented, my chemicals are inert. Attaboy. I'm going to go buy a few wives and bring them here as employees. Need a cheap workforce I can have my way with, says Bookshelf. Just make sure they're making you a turkey sandwich with Havarti. 1/3 of Ukraine has been taken over by you know who. Guy, the war was over before it began. You don't mess with the Ruskies. No. They can fight barefoot in negative 60-degree weather and still win. They've been doing it for 800 years. Banks use your money to make them money, so that money in the bank is technically, that's what exactly Jerome Markel, he gets it. That is why crypto, when it came on the scene, which I bought 12 years ago, 2013 I bought crypto. I won't even tell you how many I have. But crypto was all about accountability and privacy. Banks are not accountable because they get any money they want. All you need is 100 grand and you can open a bank and give out loans and start making money. The Money Masters, check it out. She is on 5 dating apps to get an ego boost and to push her low self-esteem. She is wasting your time. Men need to learn to date themselves. Well, most women on dating apps, good to see Hemi. Most women on dating apps only use dating. They have no intention of meeting the person. They just want their dopamine fix on a daily basis. And who provides that? Men. Soon bird flu will be the next coup, since the mark of the beast is sure. They're going to try and do something. Guys, 2019, 2020 was just a dress rehearsal. If the relationship or marriage is not toxic, it's boring to her, so she decides to divorce you. Enjoy your peace. Why do women get rid of good men? Oh, he was boring. You know what? Because a woman loves emotional. She loves the emotional rubber band. She loves to be pulled both ways, positive and negative. That is what keeps her engaged. Not knowing what you're going to do next. Literally, you as a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde will turn her on. If you're, Kevin Poindexter coming home every day at the same time, eating the same food, doing the same thing, going to bed at the same time, she's bored because there's nothing exciting. Women love excitement. Be an asshole. Watch what happens. Interest, money out of thin air. Timothy Soko, well said, brother. The government has crypto, Bitcoin, because they cannot control it. They hate it. And the crypto to buy is yours. You own it, and they can't tax it. Although they want you to tell you what you got on your tax return. Gerald Montagna is in the house. Good to see you. Expat Will says, my ex absolutely hates the red pill. They're starting to really pay attention. She's been hitting me up for money. They're struggling. Well, guess what? Don't ever talk to her unless absolutely necessary. But you're right, Expat Will. Good to have you back in the chat. They get rid of good men because she can go out and exercise her 304-ness without any accountability. And men will allow, see, here's the thing. Men allow women to be this way because they will lay with them. Regardless of how many wieners got in the taco. They don't care. A woman knows that she can get any man she wants, even the fat ones tonight. Technology has allowed it to be. There are desperate men, good-looking men, tall men, successful men that will lay with women regardless of looks, weight, height, tattoos, all because they want to put their wiener within the taco. If you're in a relationship with her, she is a woman, but when you marry her, she becomes a monster. Abusive. Controlling the popo is going to show up. Well said. Hemi is on Quaker Singles, says results oriented. Ladies, flexing is a mix of gaslighting, denial, agony, fear, conceit, and, of course, attention seeking. And, of course, attention seeking. Well said, JC. You absolutely summed it up right there. And yet they ask, where have the good men gone? Where have the good men gone? If she travels with her girlfriends, it means they get their back blown out from strangers. I'm sure over in Europe, has had his share of foreign women seeking an adventure. She wants to see the countryside, doesn't she? Actually, she wants to see the hindsight and the blind side. John Markel, June is Men's Mental Health Month. Well said, brother. Pure Blood, MGTOW, I'm toxic because I can't be controlled. Win. Good for you. Pure Blood here as well. Nothing lasts forever, and soon these hoes will truly have to be independent. I do disagree with Greg Adams because Greg Adams talks about there's 5 things that needs to happen for women to get back in line. I agree with none of them. You know why? Programming has been around for 30 years. After a 2-year war, they're going back to programming. Sorry, guys, nothing's going to work like that. Exes only contact you when they aren't doing well. Sure. And that's called Plan B for most of these guys. Modern women hate reality, and their kryptonite is accountability. Europe for the win. I'm sure they have all of us pure bloods on a list, probably. The good men are right when she left them in their friend zone and their DMs, if she even acknowledged them. Men mine the gold and women mine the miners. Old story. They waited the finish line. I banged a lot of women tourists. They are hardcore 304s because they have the mentality I'm going to never see them again. There you go. The vacky was simply a test to see who would follow blindly and who would make their own decisions. There are restaurants out there that's like, if you don't have a card, you can't come in. Your restaurant sucked anyways. Beat it. John Markel, there's an X for a reason. They are. Yeah. Never bathe in dirty bathwater. I don't understand why videos have to be made about never take your ex back. An ex rejected you, probably called the popo, probably lied to you, shamed you. And why would men want that back? Because you have kids with them? Shit, I had kids with mine. I buried her father. You think I'd take her back? Hell no. Your ex is an ex for a reason. Let her go. She has a problem, and she will be for the next one. The next guy is going to have a shorter leash. Feel bad for him. My philosophy is no matter how high she says her taste is, there were dudes who were banging her for free. Absolutely, guys. I think I told the story that above me, I lived in an apartment complex. There was a woman, 300 pounds. She had a pretty face, 300 pounds. Literally, her triceps fell to her knees. And she was a younger gal, very nice. She had men from every walk of life. Black dudes, 6'8" guys, ex-NBA players, Kevin from sales, Joey from accountant, every man you can think of. And she dragged them along. She had more friggin' sausage than a German charcuteria. It's crazy. No matter how hot she is, some guy somewhere is sick of her shit. Well said, Timothy. X means show her the exit door. The same way they make videos about men having a pee-pee and females having a vagina. John Markel. Your ex only comes back when she failed to replace you. And that is an insult. That is an insult. If a woman comes back, do not answer her calls. Do not text her back. Unless that has something to do with your kids. That's it. Don't ever talk to them about anything. That's dirty, rotten garbage. We do not bathe in dirty bathwater. Yep, I have no desire for my ex. I simply feel bad for those that fall for them because they'll be treated even worse. The guy I think the guy that she's with, my ex is with, is such a beta male. He puts Skittles flags on his apparently, his social media shit. The guy's a total beta male. She runs the hell out of him. I guarantee she disrespects him. My boys say, Daddy's not like you. Really? But in reality, a lot of women flex. I don't know why they flex. Is it to be equal? Is it to gain an understanding that they are something and should be recognized by their male counterparts? Do they just want to fuck with men? Who knows? Gerald says, Kevin from sales, don't forget David, the unemployed garage band guitarist with long hair and black skinny jeans. To quote the professor, Tom Likas, I don't hit reset. There you go. There you go. Somebody asked me, I've had multiple friends and people that I know, would you, if your ex came back just crying, apologizing, would you take her back? No. Actually, I'd bring her in, sit down, talk to me. Look stoic. I'm so sad. I'm so sorry I destroyed our family and our marriage. I want to take it all back. Well, thank you for telling me that. I have an appointment. It's time for you to leave. You're so abusive. After my divorce, I deleted social, changed my mobile. There is no coming back for her. If she leaves, close your door 2 times. No chance for her. She belongs in the streets. Well said. Here's another insult. If a female ever calls you a preacher, she basically saying you are a loser. And people say all the time, Brad, you're so negative, you're so this, you're so that. You hate women. I love women. Women are the most beautiful creatures on this world. Men are ugly. Come on. Women are hot if they take care of themselves, if they're feminine, if they're classy. We men are visual creatures. We that have testosterone that like women see beautiful women and we take a glance. But we have to understand what's behind those eyes, what's underneath the clothes, what is in their head more than anything. I don't hate women. I have 3 sisters, a mother, I have a daughter, I have an ex-wife, I have neighbors that are women. I work, then the majority of women I work with, people I work with are women. Most are liberal feminists over 40. Good to see Frost out there. And I understand when men say, I don't want to deal with any women. I get it. I totally get it. And there's times I'm like, man, I'm tired of dealing with these gals. Unfortunately, I can't get away. So I learn to just deal with them in my own way. Typically, I don't listen to a lot of what they say. And I try to be the voice of reason, especially with my sisters. But at the end of the day, you can't get away from them. They're always going to be around somehow. You'll have an ex-wife, an ex-mother-in-law. You might have a daughter. It's just, you choose to entertain women the way you want to entertain them. And we as men should set boundaries and frame. And I'm not saying the frame that all these wacko PUA guys talk about. Just, we have our boundaries and we do not go outside of those. We do not tolerate disrespect. Boundaries are all about disrespect. Someone disrespects you, they cross your boundaries. That's all it is. Right? So frame, boundary, it just means don't disrespect me. Frost says you can love women or you can understand them, but you cannot do both. You too said you can live with them. You can live with them or without them. With or without you. But you're right, Frost. We men don't hate. We have a huge indifference toward them, which means we don't care if you come or go and are replaceable. Well said, Gerard Markel. Wolf says, my lady got me a bottle of wine. What kind of wine did you get? Let me guess. Hold on. Wolf, I'm going to guess. She got you. I can't imagine she getting you a white wine. I do like white. I have no problem with white. I'm going to say she got you a red Merlot or Shiraz. She got you a cab. You need a big piece of steak to drink that with. To be ashamed or insulted first, have to give a shit what they are saying. If you don't care what women say, nothing's going to bother you, right? If she gives you her number, don't forget she is talking to 10 other dudes. A woman has in her phone a consortium of men, all ages, all colors, all heights, and all weights, and all degrees of money. You said the truth right there. Shinobi Wan, our brother from the Kiwi Island of New Zealand, is in the house. Good to see you. I got it right. Red Merlot. Rad knows something. I'm like, if she got him a white wine, number one, she's a novice. He's a man, so he's gonna go red. The other problem with red is make your poops too damn dark. Reds are all right. Red just means the skin stayed on longer. But I do like white. I have no problem with white either. Guys, if you want to see a great movie, there is a movie about a guy that completely bamboozled the wine industry. It's called Sour Grapes. It's on Netflix. Check it out. And then Sideways is a wonderful wine show with Paul Giamatti, one of my favorite actors. The guy is just crazy. Was rough moving my dad earlier. His Polish friends got me drunk. What are the Polish people drinking, Wolf? I can't imagine Polish people drink a lot of wine. I could be wrong. Right? RPM is not short of material, and it doesn't look like stopping anytime soon. Attaboy. I know my worth. Pay me $4.99 a month to see my butt crack. I am disgusted that women go, they think it's an honorable thing to do to have a membership subscription for men to see your inner guts. Where has society gone? Remember when Penthouse and Playboy were considered the devil's literature? Those are like G-rated movies now. Wolf says vodka, beer, and scotch. I've had a couple Polish dark beers that are pretty good. There's some culture in remote areas of South America and Africa where the men and women live in separate groups. They get together for social times, raise the children, but have space. I think that's great. I think that's what men, the whole Hallmark thing, JC, has caused a total shit show that we need to be around women all the time. Gotcha, MGTOW Phoenix. How dare you take care of my 16 babies from 15 baby daddies? There you go. That's a lot of microchimerism, isn't it, Jerron Markel? The average girl, Frost, has an OnlyFans. I guarantee it. Dudes have OnlyFans. What a shit show. Remember, says Shinobi, a lot of people on this world ship think you are replaceable. Well said, brother. OnlyFans is promoting it. Softcore and hard. Yeah. Now I'm a divorced man into early 40s. I realized there were so many things I was missing. World is beautiful. You look around and don't focus. Well said, Betty Saab. I wish more men understood what you just said. When you realize that women most likely are a distraction in your life, the majority of them, they're seeking your money, energy, and attention and time, or as Craig Adams calls it, meat. When you don't have to worry about that, your whole world is amazing. But men are conditioned and programmed, and 99% of men will not leave the matrix. The programming, I did a live stream, is too deep. And even men in this chat and other chats and the chats we go to are all susceptible to the programming. We have to remind ourselves every day. Oh, let's see. Frost says, back in the day of the ancient Hawaiians would not eat in the same room together. Men and women had to eat in separate rooms. And guess how long their societies lasted, right? Society has gone to social media. 100%, Jerron. Imagine a world where all the Skittles lose access to lonely fans. Free slave mind in the house. Good to see you. The day will come when men just say no for good to marriage, and the damage will be permanent. Society and women have brought this upon themselves. Expat will. You'll still see simps trickling, but you're right. It's marriage rates are a lot less than they were, and the media is totally fake about that. Frost, there are ways below average. There's ways below average on OnlyFans. Remember Hammer Sunday sermon talking about the 17. I remember that. A 72-year-old. She's got like 1,000 dudes wanting to hook up. TV killed the radio, the internet killed cinema, and social media killed society. Well said, Shinobi Mon. Single mother is the joke of the year. She thinks she can do better. The CC is waiting for her. The CC is all primed. It's all lubed up for her, isn't it? Single motherhood is importing the bears. The bears. Go up and hang out with the bear. Guarantee they most likely will not come back living. Hemingway once said, women and men should only be together between 12 at night and 6 in the morning. He wasn't wrong. I busted free from the matrix. It's Spartan for me. Good for you, results. She is getting banged, pumped, and dumped every day. How can a man see her value? She is not a virgin. She is trash. Men overlook all that. That's a problem with most men. They just overlook it. They think they can. It's Pretty Woman. They think they can, reset her. She can become a born-again virgin. Now, once the programming's in that brain, walk away. Putting boys and girls in the same school could be demonic, CJ. I knew you meant Ernest Hemingway. He's an interesting character. Tolkien had it right with his race of Ents. The male and female lived together because they had nothing in common. Finally, the Ent wives just wandered away and were never seen again. There you go, Gerald. My ex had recently tried telling me her life has been rough. Ooh, I'm sorry. No, I'm not. Hadn't heard from her in a while. Felt bad for a split second. A split second is better than a second. Well, she just wants your attention. Glad you did not give it to her. Been getting a lot of looks from nice-looking hoes lately. They hunting. Wolf's going to pull out his Frankie Hill and go do a frontside slappy. And then he's going to go up tonight to see his Polish friend. She's going to make him some, what's the Polish deal? What's that damn Polish deal? That dish that you got. What's that? What's in that? What? Stromboli or something? I don't know what the hell it's called. Polish something. A Honda Civic from 86 is more loyal than a 304. Absolutely. Damn thing is still running. Although you do not want, to deal with that. Jason Reed from Colorado. Women only see things the way they see it. There's no rationalization is not a word they recognize. That is a foreign word to them. Accountability is also a foreign word. They don't understand what accountability and responsibility for good measure is something they don't understand either. So if you're using those three words with them or to help them understand, you might as well put your head in a hole and pour boiling water over it. I think the programming is worldwide the same. I see that every girl is dressing and talking the same. I think they pay also influencer to say negative things about men. I don't think you're wrong, brother. Europe. My ex used to use me for panic attack treatments. Huh. No surprise. WHO is in the house. Good to see you, brother. We are hardwired to give and give and give. It benefited species survival. Others are hardwired to receive more and then receive even more. Yeah. Men are hardwired to provide and protect and throw their lives down for people that respect them. Why do people don't want to do that anymore? Because women don't respect men. In fact, men don't respect men. The simps don't. Steve Size is off the hook. Slappy machine. Attaboy. Front side slappy to tail slide. I was lurking driving before, now at command post alpha. Attaboy. Who? Because she has lots of men doesn't make her valuable. Cheap items have plenty of buyers. Yet females flex how many men want to sleep with them, how many men are DMing, and the proposals she gets. Couldn't agree more, Jerome Markel. Have a great day, Rad. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. One Mighty and Strong is back. Expat Will, women were never entitled to a man's resources. Back in the day, men only traded those things because they felt their ladies were worthy of it. Well said, expat. South Korea, if a woman divorces the men, she gets no kids and nothing from the marital estate. If a man divorces, same thing to him. I think that should be legit here in the United States or the West. It's a trend to say how bad men are, but if noticing more are starting to say, wait, men are not so bad, that will be a trend to look at. Never know, because I think the programming, I like that, but it's so deep. Whenever I have a weak moment, I can hear Rad warning me to head back to the red pill plantation. We all have weak moments, brothers. It's nothing to shake your head at. You just have to remember the three tenets. No marriage, no cohabitation, no taking on kids, and no taking over someone's resources. Meaning you're in charge of your resource, your bills, and vice versa. Exactly, Rad. They want all the power, and what comes with it, the responsibility and accountability is nowhere to be found. If she wants to leave you, it's not your problem. She chose to be a 304. She wants to work for the streets. Accept it and be grateful. Yeah, if she wants to go to the streets, you know what? A lot of guys, look, who wasn't hurt when you got rejected or you found out your ex cheated on you or divorcing you? It's tough. But at the same time, when you get past it and really understand, you're getting a gift. It's a gift. Do you know that Shinobi in New Zealand, Jacinda Ardern is related to my sister? She came to my sister's wedding. It's easy to imagine the panic that will occur when female robots are perfected. I'm well. Thank you, brother. Hope you are well as well. Oh, gotcha. What the price you're willing to pay for today's woman? Is there are women valuable today? 1% to 2% maybe. Biggest irony is every time I thought I wanted a relationship, I got a small taste and wondered, why did I want this nonsense in the first place? Well, the first 3 to 6 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks, let's bring it down a couple weeks. You got the dopamine. You enjoy it. It's a newness. It's a curiosity, Remember, I did a video, curiosity is the downfall of men. We're curious of what being in love is, or what's underneath those clothing, or what this newness is. It's okay. But then that wears off, just like your battery in your phone. The man builds everything, and the biggest joke is the woman can take everything from you if she marries you. You know? It's been like that for 50 years, right, Europe? Especially in the West. Europe calls it relation shit. First 6 weeks is the new car smell. Yeah, and then it goes away, right? I bought a brand new Nissan truck back in 1995, and it smelled great. And then it went away. It just was a truck with miles on it. Most of them have perfected the French word abusive. In Spanish, it's abusoso or abuso. In a few words, I will have my flying solar power in a few years. My flying solar powered car, and I'll fly you guys to freedom. Oh, you know what? You're going to make those climate people so happy, Jean Markel. Remember, if you can put a windmill on top of my Forerunner that runs off the wind and with some solar panels, I'll take it, man. Free gas? Are you kidding? Or free fuel? I'm not opposed to it. Someone said, the fossil fuels are the worst thing for society. And I said, until they put a windmill in my car, I got to go to Chevron. You guys have been great. I'm going to cut it out. I got some stuff to do, but thanks for being here. She is nothing special. Don't pedestalize her. Shinobi says, in New Zealand, it doesn't have to be marriage, but be together for 3 months. And 3 months. Here, I think it's 7 years. I love my little Nissan truck, black hardbody. Back before the French company, Renault, WHO, bought them. That was a good year of truck. If the internet was around in 46, I would have never known Grandpa and Nana would have been on husband number 4. One mighty and strong, laying it down. Have a good one to you. For a man without a purpose finds it in a woman. And that is kryptonite, brothers. If vagina was a stock, it'd be negative 9,000. Isn't fossil fuels organic? I would think so. You guys have been great. We'll see you on the next one. I'm out. Good night. Rock on.